rider. Rider back on that sled, pulling away. Look at this side-by-side battle. One rider on the outside, one on the inside as they head into the send and squeeze. Now the two step-up jumps to get onto the back straightaway. The 202 of Henry Ford on the outside of the yellow machine led the first two-thirds of this race, gives it up in the back straightaway the final lap. Now our race leader has to get by the rider who was dethroned earlier. Got thrown from that sled, gets squeezed, but still takes the checkered flag to wrap up heat number 2 of our 200 stock 4 to 8-year-old class. Nice battle for the lead through the entire race. And we get ready for race number 4. In staging, we should have race number 5 competitors, Super 225 kids, 120 Open champ, and Pro 206. Race number 6 racers, Junior Open 18 and under, and race number 7 competitors, 600 Open 18 plus modern.
Yeah, good job.
Down in the start gate area, we have competitors in race number 4. This is the mixed gate group, 2 classes on track at the same time. Transition 8 to 12, 8 to 10-year-old class, we have Cashton Nelson from Foley, Minnesota, riding the Schema Exteriors 25K, and Michael Rambo from Lakeville, Minnesota, riding the Dondelinger Ford 524. In the junior 10 to 13-year-old class, 3 racers, including Alex Lang from Ringgold on the Snap-on Tools 16, Brentley Kruzmark from Mezeppa, riding the Kruzmark Motorsports 105, and Wyatt Stressy from Elko, Minnesota on the 973. Flag is green, and they're away. A little bumping and banging getting out of the start gate area. Side-by-side battle for 2nd and 3rd, side-by-side for 4th and 5th. Out front all alone is your race leader. Now that battle for 2nd and 3rd is decided on the back straightaway. Through the Black Diamond drop, headed towards the West End High Banks. Here comes your race leader, making the climb to the finish line to complete lap number 1. First, 2nd, and 3rd, single file. 4th and 5th now have a knockdown, drag out, side-by-side battle underway as they head into turn number 1 and onto the fall-away field. Back to the west end, our racers come out from beneath that blood red sunset across the line to complete the lap. Green flag still waves. Looks like that 2-rider battle for 4th and 5th has been decided. The 105 of Bentley Kruzmark on screen right there. Coming up the step-up jumps onto the back straightaway. You can see these sleds catching some air with those rollers of the Black Diamond drop. They do the same, making the climb up onto the Hail Mary Highway front straightaway. Brentley Kruzmark from Mezeppa, Minnesota, one of your hometown heroes, out front, leading this one on the 105 machine. Not too much separation back to 2nd. It looks like that separation from 1st to 2nd has been decreasing a little bit. White flag is out. One more lap to go for Kruzmark on the 105. One more lap to go for the racer right behind him in 2nd. Top 2 trying to pull away from 3rd. Equidistant back. Separation about the same from 1st to 2nd, maybe a little more from 2nd back to 3rd. And then that 2-rider battle at the tail end of the field, which is, I believe, the transition 8 to 10-year-old competitors. But the final time out of the West End High Banks, making the climb to the finish line. The checkered flag is out. Brentley Kruzmark going to be a heat race winner. Rest of the field across the line to complete heat race number 4. Heat race number 5 will be our Super 225 kids, 120 Open champ, and Pro 206. In staging, race number 6, please, Junior Open 18 and under. Race number 7, 600 Open 18 plus modern. And race number 8, 200 Open, Snow Scoot, Snow Sport, 88 to 92. Right now, though, race number 5 is in the start gate. In the Super 225 kids class, we'll have Gabby Krosek from Prior Lake on the DLO Excavating and Demolition number 8. Auburn Owen from Waconia riding the 17. Addison Krosek from Prior Lake on the DLO Excavating and Demolition number 75. Easton Geyer from Buffalo, Minnesota on the Grumpy's Outdoors 99. And Carson Krosek from Prior Lake riding the DLO Excavating and Demolition 357. Green flag has been displayed. They're down and away. Also in the mix, 120 Open Champ 77 is Mick Malling. And in Pro 206, Bo Nelson from Foley on the 25B. Three-rider battle on the back straightaway there. Giving chase to the riders at the front of the field already in the West End High Banks. It's your race leader on the yellow sled there. Side-by-side battle for second and third. Top three through the rhythm rollers at the end of the Hail Mary Highway as the 17 machine of Auburn Owen begins to feel a threat. Auburn's got the early race lead, led that first lap, still out front, but the challenge has been shown. Two riders right behind Auburn. They've got their own little battle for position. You can see the sled in second, drives it a bit deeper into the turns, gets up on the right side rails, has to bring it back down to terra firma. Top three battling. White flag is out, one more lap to go as now that battle for second intensifies. Through the rhythm rollers at the end of the Hail Mary Highway, and they close in on a race leader. This is where they caught the 17 of Auburn last lap. But now through the double step-ups, Auburn was able to pull away on the back straightaway and down the back stretch. Auburn Owen riding the 17, your race leader. Two-rider battle for second and third. They're closing in on a rider at the tail end of the field. I believe that might be Mick Melling in the 77. Checkered flag will fly, and it will be the 17 machine of Auburn Owen picking up the heat race win. The rest of the field across the line to complete heat race number 5. Race number 6 will be our Junior Open 18 and under class. In staging, race 7 and 8, please. Starting lineup for race number 6, our Junior Open 18 and under class, will be Grant Bassier from New Prague, Minnesota, riding the 12. Jackson Hadrava from Walker, Minnesota on the 116. Carter Bastier from New Prague riding the 252. And Julia Olson from Montevideo, Minnesota on the 521. We'll have 4 racers in the start gate. There you can see those 4 racers. Ready for race number 6, Junior Open 18 and under. Starter has the green flag in hand, waiting for the all clear signal to make sure that there are no racers left down there, the West End High Banks, or still exiting the track. Carter Bastier on the 252, trying to pull his sled back. All right. Well, we're going to get him refired. Here we've got Carter's 252 refired. Green flag, skyward, and they're away. Ooh, a little rubbing in turn number 1. Now into the send it, squeeze. The 2 step-up jumps onto the back straightaway in our top 3. Trying to pull away. Top 3 with a little separation back to 4th. Here they come. Into the rollers. Look at how dramatic that camera angle displays those rollers. Top 3 have got a nice battle going. They have not separated much. They have been able to pull away from 4th. There you see the 4th place sled just entering the West End High Banks at the end of the Black Diamond drop as the top 3 were beginning to climb up onto the front straightaway. I believe that is Carter Bastier on the 252, your race leader. Julia Olson perhaps in the number 2 spot. To the line they come. It is indeed Bastier, your race leader. can see both of our top two driving those sleds hard and deep into that left-hand turn, trying to exit the send it squeeze with some speed because they've got those two formidable step-up jumps ahead of them. White flag is out, one more lap to go for what is now the same running order that has been since the drop of the green flag. The top three running nose to tail. For a moment there, I thought that Julie Olson was going to get up alongside the race leader, try to challenge for the top spot. Hasn't quite been able to get there. Final time around the West End High Banks. Our top three will duke it out to the waving checkered flag. With an outside run, your race leader crosses the line, and that will wrap up race number 6, our Junior Open 18 and under class. Race number 7, next in the start gate. Dylan Dorn from .600 Open 18 plus modern. This is race number 7 in the start gate. Dylan Dorn is on the 5. DJ Marsh riding the 28. They've been released. They're going to take it 3 wide into the left-hand turn. Actually 4 wide, I think, for a moment there. 3 wide for third. Little contact there. Rest of the field includes Seth Schraub riding the 56. Peyton Smith on the 068. Garrett Keel riding the 248. And Doran Santina on the 429. Lap 1 is in the books as your race leader heads into the rhythm rollers at the end of the Hail Mary Highway. Top 4 staying pretty tight. Top 3 maybe a little tighter. Then some ground back to 5th on back as they complete their first lap. On the back straightaway, underneath the Steeplechase ski lift, headed towards the West End turn. Under a beautiful, picture-perfect purple sunset, your top 4 head to the line to complete another lap. Side by side for the lead, a challenge to the inside. They are closing in on a racer at the tail end of the field, though. Will that racer determine this battle for the top spot? No, because it's already been decided. We have a new race leader. Down the fall-away field is where the pass took place. That new race leader will officially cross the line out front this time across the finish line. There's a competitor that you see on screen at the tail end of the field, heading into the West End High Bank turn, outside the top 4. And we get back to our race leader, wearing the red and white coat over the black bibs. White flag is out, 1 more lap to go. Dylan Dorn on the 5 is your race leader. Dylan's going to try and make his way underneath the competitor there. We had some trouble in the extended squeeze. Dylan Dorn's going to pick up the W at the end. Dylan Dorn on the 5 machine, picking up the W at the end of the 600 Open 18 plus modern heat race. Race number 8 will be next. In staging, race 9, transition 8 to 12 combined, junior 14 to 17. And race number 10, Ditch Banger 90 to 09 heat 1, Ditch Banger 90 to 09 heat 2. In the start gate, 200 Open and Snow Scoot, Snow Sport 88 to 92. We've got Hendrik De Bruin from Stillwater on the 545. Abram Schoen from Elk River on the 712, and Cooper Schoen from Elk River on the 823. Those 3 racers in the 200 Open class. the Snow Scoot Snow Sport 88 to 92 class. Gabby Krosek on the 8, Addison Krosek on the 75, and Carson Krosek on the 357. Green flag is skyward and they're away. Race number 8 on the track. 7-12, I believe, getting the whole shot. Early race lead after the double step-ups on the back straightaway. The Black Diamond dropping, headed towards the West End High Banks. Top 3 with one racer using the extreme outside lane there. 4th place rider also out there. 1st and 3rd using the inside lane as they complete lap number 1.
Put it at the line. Starting line.
Looks like that is Carson Krosek, I believe, your early race leader on the 357 machine. Blue machine out front, about to be battled with by the racer right behind. Bit of a berm separating the inside and outside lane there. 2nd place sled had to jump it, move to the outside line as the white flag flies. It's a side-by-side battle between the 357 and the 75. And just like that, at the end of the Hail Mary Highway, we have had a lead change. The 75 of Addison Krosek now up to the top spot. Carson Krosek on the 357, back to 2nd. Final trip down into the depths. Black Diamond drop, climbing back up under the blaring lighting system there in the West End High Banks. Final climb to the checkered flag. It will be Carson Krosek picking up the win. Addison on the 75 will settle for 2nd. Rest of the field headed towards the waving checkered flag to wrap up race number 8. Race number 9. Transition 8 to 12 combined and junior 14 to 17 already in the start game. Alex Lang riding the 16, Cashton Nelson on the 25K. Hovey Heineme from Prior Lake on the 101. Michael Rambo from Lakeville on the 524, and Walter Stressy from Elko on the 973. Jackson Hidrava out of Walker, Minnesota is atop the 116 machine. We have racers in the transition 8 to 12 combined class and in the junior 14 to 17 class. So this is a mixed start gate. On the inside of the start line will be the 16 machine of Alex Lang. Starter has the green flag in hand. Green is up and they're away. Race number 9 is underway. Alex Lang trying to get the whole shot on the inside. Going to be challenged on the outside though. Little contact there. And on the back straightaway, we've got a new race leader. Around the outside, now beginning to stretch that advantage into the West End High Banks. Look at that 4-rider shootout for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th as the top 2 try to pull away. Jackson Hadrava riding the 116 machine. Keeping our camera focused on that tight action as the race leaders are on the back straightaway. There's our 2nd place sled. I believe that is, oh, sorry, that was the 3rd place sled. I believe it's the 16 of Alex Lang running 2nd overall. Can't quite make out the number of our race leader there as he crosses the line. Side by side for 2nd now. You're gonna have a change for 2nd and 3rd. Now that separation from 2nd back to 3rd has elongated quite a bit. Top 3 separated by equal distance and about the same distance back to 4th as well. Catching some air through the rhythm section at the end of the Hail Mary Highway on the front stretch. Around the send it squeeze and beginning to climb up the step-up jumps onto the back straightaway. Your race leader on the back black and yellow sled. Still enjoying the top spot. White flag is out, one more lap to go. Second place sled almost jumped the berm there on the outside of the send it squeeze. Down to the finish line for the waving checkered flag. Ditch banger 90-09, 2 heat races. First heat race is already in the start gate. This is race number 10. Jagger Cordes, from Duluth, riding the 7X. Aiden Lager from Graston, riding the 76. Garrett Keel from Olwine, Iowa, on the 248. Monty Pappenfuss from Mezeppa on the 639. And Jory Cordes from Zimmerman on the 716. Those 5 racers in the first heat of our Ditch Banger 90-09 class. Waiting for our prior heat race competitors to clear the track before we can turn loose. Race number 10, our starters got the green flag in hand. It goes skyward and they're away. They go 4 wide into that first turn. Now it's 2 wide, side by side for the lead. Look at this battle in the send it squeeze. Still side by side. Red and yellow. Elbow to elbow. Now it's red on top. Into the West End high banks. Your race leader using that outside line. Keeping the momentum up. Carrying heavy speed. And your race leader at the end of the front straightaway. Separation back to second. Top 2 have pulled about the same distance away from a 2-rider battle for 3rd and 4th. Quite possibly the 5th place rider also in the mix there. Love watching your race leader use that extreme outside line as the white flag flies. Most competitors have been nailed to the inside of the West End high bank turn, but this race leader continues to set a quick pace around the outside. Is that Garrett Keel, I believe, your race leader on the 248? Checkered flag is out to wrap up our first heat for the Ditch Banger 90-09 class. There's race number 10 coming to a close of 19. Race number 11 will be our second heat for the Ditch Banger 90-09 class. In staging, we'll be looking for race 12, Leaf Spring Kids Ditch Banger 8-12, race 13, Ditch Banger Triples and Ditch Banger Twins, and race 14, please, Junior Ditch Banger 10-13. Back to our start line. Ditch Banger 90-09 second heat. Caden Christensen from Rush City's riding the 71. Mike Pappenfuss from Mezeppa riding the 439. Trevin Hepner from Alexandria is on the 505. And Joshua Podine out of Stewartville is on the 670. I'm seeing 5 sleds. I'm seeing 6 racers in the start line, only 5 in our line up. I believe we had 1 late entrant. Nonetheless, green flag is in the air, and heat number 2 for our Ditch Banger 90 to 09 racers is underway. Race leader pulls away with the early lead. That'll be the 71 of Caden Christensen. Christensen's got the early lead. Second, third, and fourth still in play. Second trying to pull away from that 2-rider battle for third and fourth as they cross the line to complete lap number 1. On the backside of the Rhythm Rollers at the end of the Hail Mary Highway, down in turn number 1, our speed cam catches the action as these Ditch Bangers handle the hefty rollers at the end of the front straightaway. Onto the back straightaway now, into the black diamond drop. Track seemingly falls away from the racer on the back straightaway. Suddenly, they go from the top of the world down to the lowest point of the Steeplechase Ski Resort Snowcross track. Obviously not the lowest point of the ski resort, as the ski hills continue to descend to the north. Still a slight battle there for second and third. Separation is maybe 4 to 5 sled lengths. It tightens up quite a bit getting into the turn there. We'll see if we've got anything going on as they get to the line. Side by side across the line. And around that first turn, change for second and third. Checkered flag is out. Caden Christensen on the 71 going to get the W in the second heat race of the Ditch Banger 90 to 09 class. Temperatures continue to drop here in Mezeppa, Minnesota, down into the mid-teens, with a real feel below 0 as the winds continue to whip from the north. We get ready for race number 12. Leaf Spring and Kids Ditch Banger 8 to 12-year-olds. Seth Shrout from Royal, Minnesota is atop the 56. Jack Mackey out of Hudson's on the 159, and Curtis Turner from Hudson on the 284. Those 3 racers in the Leaf Spring class. In the Kids Ditch Banger 8 to 12-year-old class, we'll have Amelia Tesmer. Landon Podine, Amelia's riding the 33. Landon Podine's on the 105, and Logan Reeves will be on the 257. So 6 racers in race number 12, 3 in the Leaf Spring class, 3 in the Kids Ditch Banger 8 to 12-year-old class. Looks like one of our racers accidentally took a complete cool-down lap, or a second cool-down lap after taking the checkered flag. So we'll wait a moment to get that sled off the track before we can turn our competitors loose for race number 12. In staging, race number 13, Ditch Banger Triples and Ditch Banger Twins. Race number 14, Junior Ditch Banger 10 to 13. And race number 15, WSAX classes, TSS classes, and Ditch Banger 03 to 16. All in staging, please. All right, track is clear. We get ready to go back to green flag action with race number 12. Green flag skyward. We've got him 3 wide. Unfortunately, that's for second as our race leader pulls away to the early lead, getting the whole shot through turn number 1, down the fall-away field and around the sended squeeze. Still a tight battle for second and third as they are side by side, elbow to elbow. Down into the black diamond drop, climbing the west end high banks. Now the climb onto the front straightaway. Second, third, and fourth in play. Our race leader pulling away from the competition, at least for now. Again, this is race number 12 of 19. After race number 17, we will have a 30-minute break. We'll bring the groomer out onto the track. Then we will run the micro portion of the program. Meanwhile, competition is intensifying on the track as that battle for the lead has tightened up quite a bit. Top two, nose to tail into turn number one, and down the fall-away field and into the send and squeeze they go. Attention in the pit area, ditch banger triples and ditch banger twins, we need you. Ditch banger triples and ditch banger twins, you are needed at the start gate. Complete another lap as that two-rider battle for first and second is separated just a little. Now it tightens back up in turn number one, trying to make an outside run. Side by side, maybe. Yes, indeed. Oh, our second place sled gets up on the right side rails. Almost. Barrel rolled it, gets the white flag. One more lap for redemption. Will it happen? They are closing in on racers at the tail end of the field. We'll see if that will play in. Top two into lap traffic. Little contact there with a lapper. They get hooked together and our race leader's gonna pull away. Easy win for the leader. Second place, has to battle for it after getting hung up on a lapper there. Race number 12 comes to a dramatic end. Race number 13 will be our next race, ditch banger triples and ditch banger twins. Race number 13 will be a mixed gate, two classes, ditch banger triples and ditch banger twins. In the triples class, we'll have Dylan Dorn from Zumbro Falls, Minnesota riding the 5. Robert Olendijk from Cresco, Iowa on the 18. In the ditch banger twins class, we'll have 5 racers. Reese Olendijk from Cresco on the 5. Peyton Smith out of Montevideo riding the 068. Caden Christensen from Rush City, Minnesota with a 71. Aiden Lager out of Graston atop the 76, and Yuri Cordes from Zimmerman on the 716. 7 racers in the start gate. This is race number 13. Ditch banger triples and ditch banger twins. Race starter has the green flag in hand. Green goes skyward their way. Whole shot comes from the middle of the start gate. Black sled out front. That's your race leader. Top 2 trying to distance themselves from third on back. Into the West End high banks they go. It's a little side-by-side action. Third place racer gonna try and come with them. Top 3 we'll call it, out front. Race leader and third running the inside lane. Second place sled running the outside lane. Through the rhythm rollers at the end of the Hail Mary Highway. Top 3 still single file. Intense battle at the front of the field of race number 13. Ditch banger triples and ditch banger twins. Top 2. Tightening up a bit. Are we going to have a challenge for the lead? In the send and squeeze, where the track narrows up from about 50 feet wide down to 15 to 20 foot wide. They open it back up on the back straightaway. Into the West End turns, they go, oh, almost a little contact there from second to the race leader. Still under green. after tight quarters last time through the West End High Banks, they've opened it up a little bit. The top two, that is. Well, they tighten it up again. You can see the second place sled again into the race leader. White flag is out, one more lap to go. Red sled trying to make an inside run as they get into turn number one. What's going to happen here? Takes the inside lane away. Crossover attempt by the black sled, couldn't make it work. And just like that, we have a new leader. Prior leader's going to try and battle back on the inside. Can't quite get the front end to stick. Down to the checkered flag. There's your race winner. Top two put on a whale of a battle in our ditch banger triples and twins heat race. Race number 14, junior ditch banger, 10 to 13-year-olds. Wesley Sweeney from Spring Valley, Minnesota, riding the Southland Auto number 5. Jude Slifka from Spring Valley on the Stellar 181 Tap House 11 machine. Amelia Tesmer from Millville, riding the 33. Harrison Resnicek from Elk River atop the 99. Mezeppa, Minnesota's Brentley Kruzmark will be atop the Kruzmark Motorsports 105. Allie Lager from Graston, Minnesota on the 112. Harrison Hurst riding the 499. And Connor Jans from Pine City, Minnesota atop the 516. This is race number 14. Junior ditch banger 10 to 13-year-olds. Remember, after race number 17, we will have about a 30-minute intermission. Bring the groomer out onto the track. After that 30-minute grooming session, we'll get into our micros, our 120 stock and our 120 improved stock classes. Give them an opportunity to run their heat and their mains. Eight racers in race number 14, junior ditch banger 10 to 13 class. I believe we've got them all in the start gate. Turn 7 to the 8 loose, 3 wide, but again it's for second as our race leader gets the whole shot in the first turn. Leads this snarling pack through the send and squeeze up the step-up doubles and onto the back straightaway. Side-by-side battle for second and third. Fourth on back, still up for grabs as our race leader enjoys a 2.5 to 3 sled length advantage. What a move from fourth to third. 3 wide for second at the end of the straightaway and into the first turn. They're trying to catch our leader as our leader catches the outside berm at the exit of the send and squeeze. Thought it was going to upset the sled a little bit. He was able to power away from that situation. Top 4 having a fierce battle. 5th place sled not too far behind, given the right circumstances, might be able to close the gap, get up there and improve a finishing position in this qualifying heat race. Remember, every racer in every class gets 1 heat race and then 2 main events as we see a battle for the lead unfold. The Black Diamond Drop coming up on the outside, carrying a boatload of steam and speed. Couldn't quite complete the pass though. Oh, we've got a rider off on the front straightaway. Hard tumble right at the finish line. It was the 99 of Harrison Resnicek. There's the instant replay as you watch the rider on the outside there The outside exit of the final turn. Sled gets upset, takes a nosedive. Huckabuck and a seat bounce. Pushes the racer off the right side, and there he's back on that sled and away. So Harrison Resnicek back on the sled that threw him. Falls back into a battle at the tail end of the field. There's our leaders now, I believe. Side-by-side battle to the checkered flag. Decided in the last few feet. What a shootout in our junior ditch banger 10 to 13-year-old class. We get ready for race number 15. WSAX 440 improved, 600 improved, and open. TSS 440 to 600 invitational and ditch banger 03 to 16. We've got Jaeger Cordes on the 7X, Robert Olendijk riding the 180, Reese Olendijk on the 5. Brian Schultz atop the 7, Mitchell Fruth with the 393, Dom Centina atop the 429, and Bailey Strezzi with the 942. Two of the expected 7 riders down to the start gate. We'll try and get the rest of them down there to join them. All 7 racers in the X-Racing start gate as we get ready for the start of race number 15. Again, this is a wildly mixed gate. 5 different classes. Green flag is in the air. Let's see who will be out front. 3 wide for second, third, and fourth. Race leader out front all alone. One rider almost jumped the berm. A long drop all the way to the bottom of the north-facing ski hill on the outside of that send and squeeze turn, but he was able to wrestle it back onto the racing surface proper. As our race leader completes lap number 1, we have him 3 wide for third, fourth, and fifth. 440, 600, and open racers in the WSAX class. 440, 600 TSS racer, and a ditch banger 03 to 16 trio. There's your race leader on the back straightaway underneath the ski lift. 2-rider battle for second and third into the west end high bank turn. Changes hands. Third becomes second, second becomes third. Struggling to stay on that sled there. I thought his feet came up off the boards there. Second place racer definitely closing the gap on the leader. Third and fourth. Can still see the top 2. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to catch him or not. Challenge for the lead developing. Inside run into the west end high banks turn. Just like that, we've got a new race leader at the white flag. Now that he's out front, gets to pull away, or begins the process of trying to pull away, I should say. Final trip down the back straightaway and into the black diamond drop. Your race leader's got this one well under control. could almost coast it up the climb here. Checkered flag is in the air, and that will wrap up race number 15. Race number 16. Being loaded into the start gate, and in staging will be race number 17 competitors. Race number 17, plus 30 Snowcross and 800, 850 Open 18 plus. In staging, please. Race number 16, Junior Ditch Banger, 13 to 17. Callan Weebush from Mezeppa is riding the 15. Nora Tesmer out of Millville is on the 41. Harrison Resnicek from Elk Rivers on the 99. Landon Olivo from Blooming Prairie's riding the 115. Harrison Hurst out of Spring Valley on the 494. Julia Olson from Montevideo with a 521. And Landon Bodine out of Stewartville on the triple nickel 555. 7 racers in race number 16. Looks like 6 of those expected 7 are in the start gate. Trying to make room, I believe, for one more sled on which we are waiting. It's race number 16 in the start gate. Junior Ditch Banger 13 to 17. Bringing that final, or hoping to get that final sled down there. There you can see the starting lineup for race number 16. Weebush, Olivo, Hurst, Olson, and Podine. Afraid I can't quite tell from this angle which rider we are missing in the lineup. 6 of the 7 are down there in the start gate. Looks like we're waiting for Harrison Resnicek from Elk River on the 99 machine down at the start gate. Looks like Harrison Resnicek's going to be a no-show for this Junior Ditch Banger 13 to 17-year-old class. Starters got the green flag, and they're away. Drag race into that first turn. It's a short shoot, most definitely, into that first turn. Top 3 trying to battle for the lead early. Bumping and banging in the send-it squeeze for the top spot. Oh, we've got one rider up on the side of the sled. Nice save by the 521 of Julia Olson. Julia, with competitors bearing down on her, almost went over the left side. Somehow got the sled back up on its tracks and skis rather. Was able to pull away without actually coming off the sled. Meanwhile, top 2 battling for the lead. Again, this is race number 16 on the track. Race number 17 is in the start gate. After race number 17 is done, there will be a 30-minute intermission. Bring the track groomer out onto the track. Top 2 battling into the West End High Bank turn. Completing another lap, 1-2. And they are putting some distance between themselves and the rest of the competition. Interesting Lane by the race leader takes it all the way to the outside at turn number 1. Slams off the berm on the outside of that turn. Set him up for the fall-away field descent towards the scented squeeze. That's where our second place sled usually closes the gap a little bit. White flag is out, one more lap to go. As you can see, we've got one sled stopped to the inside of the first turn. Race leader really pulling away now. Got another sled stop down at the entry to the West End High Banks. Checkered flag is out to wrap up race number 16. Race number 17 in the start gate now. Plus 30 Snowcross, 800, 850, open 18 plus. Dylan Dorn from Zumbro Falls is riding the 5. Mitchell Fruth from Avon is atop the 393 with Andrew Lang sitting on the 399. Corey Klein out of Mezeppa will be riding the 786. 4 racers in the start gate for race number 17. After this 17th race, there will be a 30-minute intermission with the groomer out on track. That'll be followed by our 120 micros battling it out for their heat and double mains. Right now, though, race number 17. Plus 30 Snowcross and 800, 850 open 18 plus. Racer lined up to the inside. False start there for a moment. Waiting for track personnel on the track before we can start race number 17. Alrighty, ready for our 17th race. Green flag is ground down. Skyward and they're away. 4 racers heading into the first turn. Who's got the whole shot? One out front. Second, third, and fourth, single file. One racer taking the outside entry into the West End High Banks. I believe that was Dylan Dorn on the 5. Went from the outside to the inside. An extreme crossover maneuver takes the lead at the West End. Dylan Dorn, your race leader now. Second and third up for grabs. Those 2 racers were closer. Entering turn number 1, 4th place rider down in the first turn. Going to be a yellow flag at the finish line. As the rest of the riders approach turn 1, just as they crest the hill on the Hail Mary Highway, the rider down in turn number 1 got back up on the sled, pulls away. Dylan Dorn continues to lead this one. White flag is out, 1 more lap to go for Dylan Dorn, your race leader. Dylan racing in the plus 30 Snowcross class. checkered flag is in the air. Dylan Dorn will get the W in the plus 30 Snowcross class. Last couple of racers across the line. That wraps up race number 17, plus 30 Snowcross and 800, 850 Open 18 plus. We're going to bring our track groomer out onto the Steeplechase Ski Resort Snowcross track. 30-minute intermission will begin now. We'll be back in 30 minutes with more live coverage on MBTVsports.com. Spread the word, share the link, send us a note. We'll get your comments up on screen as we get into the second portion of our program. It'll be the first main events following our micros, which will be coming up after this 30-minute intermission.
Freight is the backbone of the country, and as long as people need goods, they're going to need somebody to get it to them. My name is Matt Bohl with QualityFreightRate.com, powered by T-Force Worldwide. We provide LTL, truckload, and expedited freight services across this country. If your freight weighs over 120 pounds going over 120 miles, that's where my shipping rates kick in. We help companies ship easier for less. With our system, our customers are able to quote and book shipments with ease 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're having trouble with damages, lost freight, claims of any sort, we can help you with our experience, solve the problem, tell you why it's happening and what you should do to prevent it in the future. Me and my team have been together for over 20 years. We know this industry. We can help all size business, big or small. We love them all, but we have a special spot for small business. Small businesses are pillars in the community. Low rates are critical for a small business because the margins are generally pretty small. They need to have competitive rates. They can't be getting gouged or they lose the sale. Freight is simple. People make it difficult. We work as consultants in the industry, so it doesn't matter what your problem is, we'll solve it. We educate the customers. We solve problems and we lower their shipping rates. And that's what I've been doing for 20 plus years.
At AmRamp Accessibility, our goal is to help people, and that means providing them with the best quality product and service possible. Built with powder-coated steel, our ramps are stronger and longer lasting than those built with wood or aluminum. Installed in a matter of days to ensure your safety as quickly as possible, our teams are here for you.
I can get out.
Yeah, much easier. Better, a lot better. Yes, thank you.
I don't even have the words to explain how much easier it is. We're just so thankful for it, so thank you. Thank you very much.
Find your forward with AmRamp Accessibility today. Learn more at amramp.com.
At Union Trailer and Power Equipment, we're more than
Trailer!
We are your home for Aaron's and Gravely's zero-turn mowers, Mahindra tractors, and Wacker noise and construction equipment. No matter what you need, we're your home for all outdoor power equipment at Union Trailer. Plus, anything you buy or already own, we can service that for you too. Don't forget, we have the best selection of trailers in the Chippewa Valley.
Union Trailer and Power Equipment, family owned and
Upgraded!
My name is John O'Connor. I'm a snowboarder for life and a business owner in Windham, New York. We run a restaurant and inn here. This is our backyard. Having a backyard park is really special because being able to snowboard at home and not have to get in the car, go to a resort, wait in a line, is your own creative space to do whatever you want, however you want. You're in your element. You're right at home, and it's a really good feeling when you can tune into the space around you with you and your friends and just make something special of it. The Tow Pro has helped my vision come to life with where I would like to take the backyard setup. And without it, it wouldn't be the same. It's the most easy to use, compact, portable, reliable rope tow that you can buy. It's the best thing that I own as far as what gives me happiness in life. Without it, it's not the same when you're hiking. To be able to keep riding and feel like you're snowboarding, that's what it's all about. And the Tow Pro has made that happen.
Need auto parts? You know Conrad's Auto Salvage and ASAP Used Auto Parts, two great companies, now one location near Mondovi. We've appreciated your business in Eau Claire. Now you'll find all the same parts and services at our location near Mondovi. We can mount and balance tires, plus do oil changes and more. All the same services in one incredible facility. Conrad's Auto Salvage and ASAP Used Auto Parts, two great companies, now one location near Mondovi for all your auto parts needs.
Yeah, Butler Built has been a supporter of mine for a long time. I've always run Butler Built seats ever I got into 410 sprint car racing, and I feel like they have the nicest aluminum seats out there. The craftsmanship, the welding on it is top notch, and now they're pouring my inserts and have the gravel cut seat and gives you a lot of clearance for your hybrid or your Hans, and I feel like, there's no better seat out there. Yeah, I mean, a little bit of feedback, right? These guys do it every day. So as me as a sprint car driver specifically, every form of dirt racing, the seats are built different. And guys like us, drivers are wearing holes in their hybrids because they're rubbing on the seats, and felt like there was a need for a little bit of a new design and a new generation of the sprint car advantage seat. So yeah, it's been a fun ride, and hope to continue the relationship for a long time.
When you push your engine to the limit, on the track, the farm, or the highway, only one name delivers unmatched protection. Schaefer's specialized lubricants. With over 180 years of proven performance, professionals don't guess. They trust Schaefer's. And in our region, there's one guy who makes it happen. William Denzer. Racers, farmers, fleets. They all call William because he's reliable, knowledgeable, and gets results. So support the brands and people who support racing. Call William today, 651-253-0999, or email denzer.schaefer.sales@gmail.com. Schaefer's, trusted since 1839. Power in every drop.
Painful steps shouldn't be part of your daily routine. At Foot and Ankle Clinics, PA, we specialize in diagnosing and treating a wide range of foot and ankle conditions, from heel pain and bunions to diabetic foot care and sports injuries. Our board-certified podiatrists, Dr. Jeff Pellersells and Dr. Russell John Hill, bring decades of experience and a compassionate approach to every patient. At our clinic, we are dedicated to serving the community with the highest level of care. Your well-being is our top priority. Serving the communities of Woodbury, West St. Paul, and Edina, we're committed to providing personalized care tailored to your needs. Don't let foot or ankle pain hold you back. Visit footandankleclinics.com to schedule your appointment today.
Every great journey begins with a trusted guide. And when it comes to finding your perfect home, there's no one better than Kathy Vetter. With over 10 years of experience and a passion for real estate, Kathy Vetter helps you find the perfect home, a peaceful country retreat, a cozy single-family house, or your very first step toward a lifetime home. She also specializes in commercial real estate, guiding you through every step of the way. From the heart of the metro to the scenic countryside, Kathy Vetter knows the Minnesota market inside and out, committed to finding the perfect fit for you, no matter where you are. Buying your first home can feel overwhelming, but with Vetter by your side, it's a smooth and exciting journey. She makes first-time buyers feel confident, supported, and understood, every single step of the way. From your first showing to handing over the keys, Kathy Vetter works tirelessly to ensure you get the home you've always wanted. Kathy Vetter, your trusted real estate expert across Minnesota. From vibrant metro living to serene countryside escapes to agricultural and commercial spaces. Let her help you unlock the door to your next chapter.
Kevco has been an industry leader in high-performance oil pans and components for over 35 years. Made in Fairmont, Minnesota, Kevco prides itself on being American-made. Kevco has expanded our product line way beyond just oil pans to valve covers, breather systems, jack stands, boilers, wheel sockets, and much, much more. Check out KevcoRacing.com to see everything we have to offer, including our line of street, off-road, and performance oil pans and accessories. Or call 800-770-3557 to talk with our friendly customer service today.
With over 40 years of experience producing quality racing components, we're excited to unveil the Kevco Drive Shaft. Our Kevco Drive Shafts are 100% made in the USA from USA-sourced materials. We have developed our drive shafts using precision machine yokes that offer more clearance with higher strength than any other shaft on the market. Our yokes are then zinc-plated black for long-lasting protection. All our drive shafts are meticulously hand-built and balanced on our brand-new superior Driveline Shaft Master drive shaft machine. Every carbon fiber Kevco drive shaft comes loaded with Spicer 1310, solid-body, non-greasable universal joints for superior strength. We offer U-joints, U-bolts, slip yokes, and anything you may need for your drive shaft. Kevco has the ability to custom build any length drive shaft for any application you may need, whether it be mild steel, chromoly, aluminum, or carbon fiber. Call us today at 800-770-3557 or check us out on the web at KevcoRacing.com.
My two passions in life is racing and selling good high-end meat. So my grandfather came here from Germany back in the late 20s. He decided to open his own shop in 1951. He had all the recipes, he had all the talent. His father was a meat guy. His father's father was a butcher. They weren't football players, basketball players. They were in the meat business. And that's our family. That's what we're good at. Old World Meats was derived from Frank's Meats. That was my grandfather's name. I know the quality of my beef is the best because I've purchased it directly from the ranchers at Certified Angus Beef. We know what our beef is continuously and it's very consistent. So we're located up here in Duluth on beautiful Lake Superior, just a stone throw off of Highway 61. I've lived here my whole life and it's where I wanted to raise my family. To be successful, you need to have a talent. And I knew I was going to be in the meat business. I can taste spices, I can pick out flavors, where they need to come in, where they need to stop. So knowing your strengths are important and knowing where you came from. We have a hot snack stick that's got actually 8 different spices of heat in that, and it layers the flavors in the heat. That's what makes the difference with our product. The most exciting part was becoming coast to coast with the Old World Meats snack sticks. My neighbor stopped me on the street and said, "Paul, I was just down in Georgia and this gas station had your product." It was one of the highlights of the year. I don't know of a state at this point that we haven't had product in. Being in business in a small town really puts things into perspective. It's the little things for me to be appreciated and respected. So this whole operation here, it doesn't have to be the biggest, but it needs to have passion. And today, I'm changing lives of people that work with me. My guys are learning lifelong skills and values. That's the good stuff. Let's make the world a better place. Let's have a good time at it.
When when you've got to ship it from anywhere to anywhere.
QualityFreightRate.com.
The LTL Freight Logistics Specialist for your small business.
QualityFreightRate.com.
We simplify shipping, eliminate those surprise charges, and negotiate the best rates from most LTL qualified carriers.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Special residential and liftgate rates available for automotive and ag implements.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Use the promo code ICE and get 10% off your first shipment. Startup is so easy. Get a quote and ship today. QualityFreightRate.com.
Ready to make a splash this summer? Grab your friends and head to River's Edge on the scenic Apple River. Whether you're looking to float the day away, camp under the stars, or catch live music and weekend events, River's Edge has everything you need for an unforgettable time. Book your tube, campsite, or party package now. River's Edge on the Apple River. Your summer starts here.
Freight is the backbone of the country. And as long as people need goods, they're going to need somebody to get it to them. My name is Matt Bohl with QualityFreightRate.com, powered by T-Force Worldwide. We provide LTL, truckload, and expedited freight services across this country. If your freight weighs over 120 pounds going over 120 miles, that's where my shipping rates kick in. We help companies ship easier for less. With our system, our customers are able to quote and book shipments with ease 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're having trouble with damages, lost freight, claims of any sort, we can help you with our experience, solve the problem, tell you why it's happening and what you should do to prevent it in the future. Me and my team have been together for over 20 years. We know this industry. We can help all size business, big or small, we love them all. But we have a special spot for small business. Small businesses are pillars in the community. Low rates are critical for a small business because the margins are generally pretty small. They need to have competitive rates. They can't be getting gouged or they lose the sale. Freight is simple. People make it difficult. We work as consultants in the industry, so it doesn't matter what your problem is, we'll solve it. We educate the customers, we solve problems, and we lower their shipping rates. And that's what I've been doing for 20 plus years.
At Union Trailer and Power Equipment, we're more than
Trailer!
We are your home for Aaron's and Gravely's zero-turn mowers, Mahindra tractors, and Whacker noise and construction equipment. No matter what you need, we're your home for all outdoor power equipment at Union Trailer. Plus, anything you buy or already own, we can service that for you too. Don't forget, we have the best selection of trailers in the Chippewa Valley.
Union Trailer and Power Equipment, family owned and
Upgraded!
Need auto parts? You know Conrad's Auto Salvage and ASAP Used Auto Parts, two great companies, now one location near Mondovi. We've appreciated your business in Eau Claire. Now you'll find all the same parts and services at our location near Mondovi. We can mount and balance tires, plus do oil changes and more. All the same services in one incredible facility. Conrad's Auto Salvage and ASAP Used Auto Parts, two great companies, now one location near Mondovi for all your auto parts needs.
Welcome back to MBTV Sports live streaming coverage of X-Racing Snowcross Sunday Funday action from Steeplechase Ski Resort in Mezeppa, Minnesota. I'm Dan Bailey. We have completed our qualifying heat races for 17 of 19 races. We have our micro racers coming up next. At this point in time, we are going to be making the call for flaggers back to their station, and we'll be sending our notices out to racers that we can begin the process of rolling, at the very least, our micros up towards the staging area. That would be 120 stock competitors who will be in race number 18 and 120 improved stock competitors who will be in race number 19. So again, if you have a youngster racing in 120 stock or 120 improved stock, now's the time to roll them to the staging area as we prepare for our 120 stock and 120 improved stock qualifying heat races and double mains for each class. That's right, that's how we will run the micros, the 120 stock and 120 improved stock. We'll run a heat race for each class, so we will have a heat race for race 18, then we will have a heat race for race 19. Then we will have the first main event for race 18. Then we will have the first main event for race 19. And we'll wrap it up with a second main event for race 18 and the second main event for race 19. Then we will re-rack and restack our original classes and run through races 1 through 17 for both their first main and their second main. But again, at this point in time, we are sending the call out for our track workers to head back to their positions. We're going to take a moment to move a couple of bales to make a transition on the big track, turn it into a micro track for the 120 stock and improved stock racers. They will start from the same location. The start gate just to the outside of the front straightaway, or the outside of the end of the front straightaway. If you're looking at the split screen display on the MBTV Sports live streaming coverage, take a look at the left camera display. You can see the start gate is just to the right of the end of the front straightaway. The racers will leave the start gate, head into turn number 1, left-hand turn into the fall-away field, which is a downward drop, into the send it squeeze, which is the highly illuminated tight left-hand turn on the left side of that display. Then they will come up the double steps, and rather than going onto the back straightaway, they will continue with a left-hand turn onto the rest of the front straightaway. So that will be our micro track for our 120 stock and our 120 improved stock racers. So again, the call has gone out to our 120 stock racers and our 120 improved stock racers. As we prepare to head into the micro portion of our program tonight. Quick update, actually a little bit warmer temperature-wise than I was expecting. It had dropped quickly from about mid-20s to 15 degrees when we were halfway through our heats. Still at 14 degrees here in Mezeppa, Minnesota at Steeplechase Ski Resort. But there is a brisk north wind coming from the direction of the back straightaway towards the front straightaway. 14 degrees, but that wind takes us down to 0 for a real feel. So wind chill is quite chilly here today. And a kudos to our MBTV Sports staff. We've got a cameraman, Jake, about 30 feet off the ground, and he is right in the high winds. Probably has a numb face by this time already. Kudo job, though. Quick reminder that we will be back tomorrow morning for round 10 of the X Racing Sunday Funday Snowcross program. Get started bright and early. Hope that you will tune back in to enjoy the live streaming coverage on MBTV Sports. If you are able to make it, by all means, give us a visit. Steeplechase Ski Resort in Mezeppa, Minnesota. But if you're watching online, more the merrier. Spread the word. Grab that link, copy it, share it with your friends on social media. Say you got to check out what these people are doing with snowmobiles in Minnesota. Last live streaming coverage that we did on MBTV Sports, we had folks checking in from southern states of the U.S., Georgia, Texas. We had folks checking in from Europe. We had folks checking in from military bases. We had folks checking in from Canada. So truly is an international stream. If you'd like to let us know where you're watching from, drop us a note. Let us know where you're watching from. If you know some of the racers here, send them a cheer. Let them know that you're rooting for them and cheering them on. We'll get it posted on the live stream. Let everybody know who is watching and who's cheering and from where you're watching and for who you're cheering. Once again, we'll put the call out there for all competitors in races 18 and 19. If you have a youngster in the 120 stock or the 120 improved stock class, should be in the staging area, or at the very least making your way towards the staging area. We're going to begin the process of releasing the racers that we do have in staging and bring them down towards the start gate. This will be race number 18 qualifying heat race. Again, we'll run race number 18 qualifying heat race, then we'll run race number 19 qualifying heat race. In race number 18, our 120 stock class, we will have Nash Betterly out of Cook, Minnesota, riding the 22. Bowden Nelson from Foley, Minnesota, will be on the Veller Insulation Ruck Excavating 25B. Case Vadine from Delano, Minnesota, will be riding his familiar Core Ice Black Label Wrap number 33. Grant Ryan out of Millville's on the Ryan Construction 107. Hollis Hoskins from Milaca, Minnesota, on the Big J's service station, Norman Trucking 111. Mallory Schweisthal from Alexandria, Minnesota, is on the Schweisthal Racing Sled Girls CNA Pro Skis 171. Sutton Henches from Mayer, Minnesota, on the Henches Land Corporation Domco LLC Precision Tune 304. And Colton Lance out of Claremont, Minnesota, on the John Lance Construction Mud Duck Designs 709. 8 riders, 120 stock, and we're giving them a different track. The 120 stock and the 120 improved stock have been with us through rounds 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. They've had 3 different track layouts. This will be another new one. Actually thrown them into the fall-away field and the send-it squeeze. Seeing if those little sleds can make their way up the step-up jump out of the send-it squeeze before we turn them back onto the end of the main straightaway with the rhythm rollers. Eight racers for the heat race of race number 18. We have all 8 racers down at the start gate. Parents right there with them, giving them encouraging thoughts as they prepare to zip away from the start gate. Our first micro heat coming up, 120 stock class. X-Racing Snowcross as part of Sunday Funday action at Steeplechase Ski Resort. Before we turn them loose, we'll take a short break to honor the United States of America with our national anthem. And so we begin the process of firing up our 120 stock racers as they prepare for their qualifying heat race. Again, we will have a heat race for 120 stock, then a heat race for 120 improved stock, followed by a main event for 120 stock, first main event for 120 improved stock, and then the second main event for 120 stock, and the second main event for 120 improved stock. But right now, heat race number 1 for 120 stock. Starter has the green flag in hand. Green flag is skyward, and the youngsters are away. Racers ranging in the age from 7 to 4. That's right, we've got a couple of 4-year-olds in the pack. They're heading down the fall-away field towards the Send It Squeeze. One rider trying the high banking. They're going to come up the double step-up jump. Then they'll take a left onto the end of the main straightaway of the big track. Now they're into the rhythm rollers. Race leader is out front, just ahead of a side-by-side battle for second and third. Oh, one rider up on the left side, able to bring it back down to terra firma. Fourth place racer all alone, then a side-by-side battle for fifth and sixth, seventh and eighth in play as well. Again, trying to make that big climb heavenward out of the Send It Squeeze to the left-hand turn. White flag is out. One more lap to go for the qualifying heat race of our 120 stock racers. Looks like that battle for second has been decided. One racer takes sole possession of the number 2 spot as our race leaders coming uphill towards the checkered flag. That'll be our first heat race win for the Youth Brigade. Back into the rollers. Heat race number 1 is done for the 120 stock class. Some action from earlier today. There you see that racer going up on the left side. I believe that was Julia. Those of you watching via the live stream on MBTV Sports, I'll draw your attention to the upper left-hand corner of our stream. You'll see we have a regularly changing lineup of local and area businesses that help support the sport and the stream. If you'd like to get involved, contact MBTV Sports. We're always looking for new partners, new relationships. Right now, though, we're getting ready for heat race number 1 for the 120 improved stock class. We have 3 racers in the start gate. Parker Reeves from North Branch, Minnesota, riding the Patties on 70-257. Elliot Massman from Sauk Centers atop the Crazy J's Bar and Grill Engel Electric 292. And Cooper Schoen from Elk Rivers on the Aeroplax 823. 3 racers, 3 sleds. The 120 improved stock heat race is away, and they're going to go 3 wide into turn number 1. Now it's 2 wide, side by side for the battle. And at the bottom of the fall-away field, one racer squirts away to take sole possession of the lead. Now they begin that climb up the double stair-step jump across their finish line and back onto the front straightaway. Into the rhythm roller section they go, single file, headed back towards turn number 1. It's just one big downhill spiral from the top of the start straight front stretch all the way down to the bottom of the Send It Squeeze. White flag is out. One more lap to go for a 120 improved stock qualifying heat race. 9:52 of Elliot Massman, I believe, your race leader. Parker Reeves, the 257, holding out a second. Cooper Schoen with the 823, rounding out the running order at third. Checkered flag is in the air. Elliot Massman will pick up the W. Parker Reeves crossed the line second. Cooper Schoen third. That was 120 improved stock. Now we'll revert back to our 120 stock class for their first main event. That's right, each class gets 3 races, 1 heat race and 2 mains. Same 8 racers that we saw in their heat race. Nash Betterly, 22. Bowden Nelson, 25B. Case Vadine on the 33. Grant Ryan riding the 107. Hollis Hoskins on the 111. Mallory Swishthal riding the 171. Sutton Henches on the 304. And Colton Lance atop the 709. It's main event number 1, race 18. So we have our racers ready to go. Starter with a green flag, checks down the line to make sure that they are ready. Green flag is up, racers are away. Main event number 1 for 120 stock on the track. Top 3 single file, then side by side for 4th and 5th. Who's gonna lead lap number 1? Looked like one racer tried to step out of line. See if he can get up alongside, maybe challenge for the top spot. Couldn't quite get there. We do have one sled stalled right at the entry to turn number 1. So local yellows out there, they've got that sled refired. Yellows will go away. Unfortunately, the leader's bearing down on that racer. They're gonna sneak to the inside. White flag is out for main number 1 of the 120 stock class. You've had one sled out front as your race leader. Has not given up the lead and is beginning the process of pulling away. Race leader comes out of the sended squeeze for the final time. Flagger gets ready with the checkered flag. The checkered flag is out, and our first main event can be written into the books. We've got ourselves a main event winner. Battle for 2nd and 3rd was tight. Separation by about 1 sled length between 2nd and 3rd. Last racer coming through the sended squeeze to wrap up the first main event for our 120 stock racers. We get ready for 120 improved stock, main event number 1. Elliot Massman is going to try and back up that heat race win in the 120 improved stock class with perhaps a main event win as well. All 3 of the racers were pretty close though in that heat race, so anything could change as far as the running order goes. Let's see if perhaps Parker Reeves or maybe Cooper Schoen can get up there and mix it up with Elliott. Moms and dads of the improved stock racers want to let you know the trophies will be ready about 10 to 15 minutes after the final main for the 120 improved stock racers. We're getting ready for main event number 1, 120 improved stock. Racers are on their sleds. Starters got the green flag, green skyward, and they're away. Again, 3 wide out of the start gate. They quickly funnel it down to 2 wide, and then one racer squirts out front. Side-by-side battle for 2nd and 3rd. Who's going to lead lap number 1? .292 of Elliot Maspin. getting the whole shot in that one. 257 and 823 battling for second and third. Here comes a power move on the outside of the turn. Let's see if we'll have a change for the lead. White flag flies this time across their finish line. And we do have a new race leader, Parker Reeves, I believe, on the 257 has taken the lead and quickly pulled away and established a huge advantage over what's now a two-racer battle for second and third. Checkered flag is out. The 257 of Parker Reeves is going to win Moto number 1. Elliot Massman, I believe, second. Cooper Schoen third. To wrap up main event number 1 for the 120 Improved Stock Racers. And now we'll bring our 120 stock competitors back to the start gate for their second and final main event. All 8 sleds back into the X-Racing start gate as they prepare for the second main event in the 120 stock class. Green flag, and they're away. 6 wide, 5 wide, 4 wide for second. Race leader out front all alone. The 33 of Case Vadine, your early race leader. Case Vadine getting the whole shot out of the start gate, into and out of that first turn. He was right ahead of a 4 wide battle for second, third, fourth, and fifth. Vadine, though, with open track ahead, pulling away with relative ease. From this 8-rider field, we've got a solid 2-racer battle for second and third. Fourth place sled, not that far back, as the white flag is displayed to Case Vadine. 1 more lap to go. Final time headed towards the finish line for our 120 stock class tonight. Case Vadine on the 33 machine takes the checkered flag in the main event W. Second and third will be decided right at the finish line with a nose-to-tail shootout. Fourth place follows, and the rest of the field completes their final lap to wrap up our 1-second main event. Case Vadine, though, gets the win, racing for Midwest Trailer Leasing, Core Ice, Black Label Wrap, Fly, Amsoil, Crush ALS, and Vadine Motorsports. Case Vadine, winner. Main event number 2 of 120 stock. Again, moms and dads of 120 racers let you know that awards should be ready about 10 to 20 minutes after this next main event ends, the 120 Improved Stock main. So once the second 120 Improved Stock main comes to a conclusion, give us 10 to 20 minutes, and awards should be ready over in the Steeplechase Ski Resort main lodge. So in the 120 Improved Stock, we've already had 2 different winners. If you remember, Elliot Massman from Sauk Center won the heat race on the 292. Parker Reeves from North Branch, Minnesota won the first main event on the 257. And Cooper Schoen on the 823, hoping to get up there and maybe give us a third race winner tonight. We have all three of them in the XR Racing start gate. Starter checks the line, make sure that all three of them are ready to go. Green flag is up with a quick wave, and they're away. I believe that's Elliott Massman with the early race lead. Elliott, the racer with a headlight. Not only getting the whole shot, but also going to lead lap number 1. I believe, if memory serves correctly, Elliott did lead lap number 1 of the first main event before Parker Reeves was able to sneak past. Here comes Parker with that same outside maneuver. This is how he took the lead in the first main event. Around the outside and into the send squeeze. Just like that, we have a new race leader. The 257 of Parker Reeves going to take the white flag as the race leader. Now the battle for second intensifies. Let's see if Cooper can mix it up with Elliott. They're going to go nose to tail into that left-hand first turn. Separation is about 1 sled length. Meanwhile, way out front is our race leader, Parker Reeves on the 257. Checkered flag awaits. Parker's got himself another main event win. Atop of that, Patty's on 70. Polaris, number 257 sled. Parker Reeves getting 2 main event wins in the 120 improved stock class. Now we'll take a moment, do a little track reorganizing as we revert this facility from the micro track back to the big track, and we'll get ready for our first main event, race number 1, which will be 200 stock 9 to 12-year-old class. And as we get into these sleds that are racing on the bigger track, brings with them some quicker speeds. So I will preface our first run through the main events with my apologies up front. We're experimenting with some new lighting here at Steeplechase Ski Resort. And just by the very nature, the size of the number plates on these sleds are a little bit smaller. It's a little more difficult for me tonight to pick out the numbers, so I do apologize on missing some names and numbers here as we go through the evening, but I hope that you will enjoy the green flag action with me nonetheless. So if I misrepresent a racer with a wrong number call or a wrong name announcement, I do apologize in advance. Hey, those of you who are watching at home, let us know if you're enjoying the broadcast tonight. Drop us a note online. We will get it posted on the live screen. Give us your name. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Heck, tag somebody. Let them know that you wish they were watching as well. They could join us on the MBTV Sports live stream. Remember, we will be back tomorrow morning for round 10 of the 2025-2026 X Racing Snowcross Sunday Funday Series. We begin the process of loading the gate for main event number 1 for our 200 stock 9 to 12-year-old class. Alex Lang from Ringgold, Wisconsin's on the 16 machine. Logan Reeves out of North Branch with a 257. Michael Rambo from Lakeville's on the 524. And Hedrick Deerbruin from Stillwater's on the 545. We have our 4 racers in the X Racing start gate. Starter's got the green flag. The 16 of Alex Lang on the outside, right next to the 257 of Logan Reeves. Green flag is in the air. Who's going to get the jump? Maybe it's going to be the 524 of Michael Rambo. Side-by-side battle for third and fourth, first and second. Single file, though. down into the west end. Our four racers, look at that battle for third and fourth. Side by side, very close, as the number 52. Nope, 524, sorry. Michael Rambo leads lap number 1. The 16 of Alex Lang holding on to the number 2 spot. Then it's the 257 of Logan Reeves finally taking control of that two-rider battle for third and fourth. Hendrik de Bruin put up a valiant battle for third and fourth, settles into that fourth place spot. Meanwhile, Rambo on the 524, still your race leader. Lang in the 16 holding on to second. Lang took a quick peek over his left-hand shoulder coming out of the West End High Banks turn just to see where the competition was. White flag is out this time on the front straightaway. Michael Rambo does the same, peeking over his left-hand shoulder to find out where everybody else is. Youngsters do that quite often. Final time out of the West End High Banks. Up the climb to the front straightaway, checkered flag will fly. Look at him salute. Puts a hand in the air to celebrate the win. Michael Rambo will win main event number 1 of the 200 stock 9 to 12-year-old class. Alex Lang holds on for second, Logan Reeves third, and Hendrik de Bruin will round out the running order in fourth on the 545. Race number 2, first main event, 200 stock 4 to 8-year-old. Bentley Schultz from Zimmerman's on the 10. Felix Ryan from Millville's riding the 107. Cade Vadine from Delano on the 133. Leighton Hentges from Mayer on the 219. Parker Reeves out of North Branch will be atop the 257. Sutton Hentges from Mayer on the 304. Abram Schoen from Elk River on the 712. And Cooper Schoen from Elk River on the 823. Parker Reeves, I believe, using a sled that's going back-to-back, being utilized by 2 different racers in 2 different classes. So we're holding on, waiting just a moment for this last racer to get the sled down there. 7 of the expected 8 ready for their first main event. Those of you tuning in from more southern regions, love to hear what the temperature's like down in your neck of the woods. We're in the lower teens, down around 12. Real field just at 0, about ready to dip below the 0 mark with a stiff northerly breeze blowing into the Steeplechase ski resort area. There's the 257 of Parker Reeves rolling up to the line. Gonna line up on the outside. All right, we are ready for main event number 1 for this group. 200 stock, 4 to 8-year-olds. Green flag is in the air. They're going to battle into the first turn. 5 wide for third. My goodness, 2 wide for the lead. They come up the stair steps. Who's going to be your early race leader? I believe it's the 107 of Felix Ryan. Freight train run into the West End High Banks turns. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. We did have one rider struggle in turn 1, I believe. There's a local yellow there. Gonna let the racers know. No passing in local yellow conditions. There you can see that sled has come to a stop on the outside of the exit of the Send It Squeeze. You can see the 823 of Cooper Schoen. Cooper Schoen headed into the West End turns. There's a nice 4-rider battle for position. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go for our 200 stock 4 to 8-year-olds. Boy, that battle for the lead has intensified. Cooper Schoen and Felix Ryan, 1-2. Ryan with the lead, Schoen challenging. Schoen really closed the gap down in turn number 1. down the fallaway field and into the scented squeeze. Ryan sizes up the competition with a check over his shoulder. Checkered flag is out though. Felix Ryan will pick up the W. Look at this battle coming to the line. Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Third, fourth, fifth. Here comes sixth, seventh, and eighth. All 8 racers going to make it to the waving checkered flag to wrap up main event number 1 for the 200 stock 4 to 8-year-olds first group. Main event number 1 for race 3 competitors, 200 stock 4 to 8-year-olds. This is the second group of this class. Emerson Gafke from Esco is riding the 18. Ryland Betterly from Cook, Minnesota on the 99. Brooks Podine out of Stewartville, Minnesota on the 105. Henry Rolfe from Lake City with a 168. Henry Ford, not the inventor of the automobile, but Cambridge, Minnesota's pride and joy, is going to be on top, the 202. Owen Lance out of Claremont, Minnesota is with a 410. And Mackenzie Rambo from Lakeville on the 524. 7 more racers. First main event for 200 stock 4 to 8-year-old second group. The 99 of Ryland Betterly from the inside, can't quite get the whole shot. Second racer in from the left's going to get the whole shot. Through the left-hand turn, down the fallaway field and into the send-it squeeze. Here comes our race leader onto the back straightaway. Behind him, heavy traffic for second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. Here's your race leader. Coming down to the line to complete lap number 1. Who's it going to be? Zips out of the camera frame. Now we're focused on that 2-rider battle for third and fourth. 99 and the 410 involved in that. They're closing in on second. 410's going to try and make a move around the outside. 2-for-1 deal in the works here. Went from fourth to third, now trying to get up to second. Can't quite make it happen. Owen Lance on the 410 machine running third. As our race leaders headed to the white flag. There's the sled out front. Apologize, couldn't quite read that number. Step up jumps. 168 of Henry Rolfe, your race leader. Henry Rolfe all alone into the West End High Banks turn. Look at the separation in the distance from first to second. Rolfe will take the win. Uncontested, unchallenged. Second and third, though, still up for grabs. The 202 of Henry Ford across the line. Second, Owen Lance on the 410, I believe, going to round out the top 3 for main event number 1. Main event number 1 for race number 4 is in the start gate. Transition 8 to 10 and junior 10 to 13-year-old competitors. Cashton Nelson from Foley, Minnesota is on the 25K. Michael Rambo from Lakeville, Minnesota is on the 524. Those 2 racers in the transition 8 to 10 class. In the junior 10 to 13-year-old class, Alex Lang on the 16, Wyatt Stressy on the 973, and heat race winner Brentley Kruzmark on the 105. 16 of Alex Lang lined up on the inside, the 524 of Michael Rambo just to his right. The 973 of Wyatt Stressy wearing the orange gear with the black helmet, second from the right. And the 25 of Cashton Nelson far on the right side with Brentley Kruzmark in the 105 right in the middle with a white helmet. Green flag is out. Great start. Second racer from the left. Oh, we've got a sled up on its side. Rider's off. You can see the rider moving around though. Gonna try and get back on that sled. Get to the race, but he's going to be a half a lap behind everybody. Here's your race leader to the line to complete lap number 1, the 5:24 of Michael Rembo. Two-rider battle for 3rd and 4th. As Rembo heads into the sended squeeze. 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Now they're right behind that rider that just got on the sled. So the first racer you see, not actually the race leader, just barely staying on the lead lap. That's the 16 of Alex Lang that went over. The 5:24 of Michael Rambo, still your race leader. Brentley Kruzmark with the white helmet, running 2nd overall. Race leader trying to put the 16 of Lang a lap down. That will happen down here in turn number 1. So it's Rambo and Kruzmark running 1-2, each of them leading their respective division. Rambo leading the transition 8 to 12 class. Kruzmark leading the junior 10 to 13-year-old class. White flag is out, 1 more lap to go. However, got a new racer in the mix here. Wyatt Stressy, I believe that is, with the orange jacket, black helmet, running 3rd overall. Albert Check from Prior Lake on the 75. Easton Geyer from Buffalo riding the 99. Carson Krochek from Prior Lake on the 357. Mick Malang from Rogers on the 77. And Bowden Nelson from Foley on the 25B. 6 of the expected 7 take the green, and they're away. 2 riders battling for the lead. 3rd, 4th, and 5th in a pack. Side by side into the West End High Bank turn. That battle for 3rd. In main event number 1 of the Super 225 Kids class, Easton Geyer has got the top spot. Auburn Owen back to 2nd on the 17. Can Auburn mount a charge? Maybe create a challenge? Not gonna happen. Checkered flag is out. Easton Geyer will take the win in the Super 225 Kids class. Auburn Owen crossed the line in 2nd after leading the opening lap. Main event number 1 for race 6 up next. Junior Open 18 and under. Heat race winner was Carter Bastier from New Prague, Minnesota on the 252. Other racers in the mix, Jackson Hadrava from Walker on the 116, Grant Bastier from New Prague on the 12, and Julia Olson from Montevideo riding the 521. It was Julia, I believe, who we saw ride out what could have been a hard wreck coming up the step-up jumps from the sended squeeze, made that right-hand turn. The sled got over on its left side, and somehow Julia rode it out. Got back on the seat. There we have 4 racers in the start gate. The 12 of Grant Bastier all the way to the left side. The 521 of Julie Olson all the way to the outside. Green flag is up. Ooh, the 12 doesn't get off the line. 3 racers battling for the lead in the sended squeeze. Early race leader trying to pull away from 2nd and 3rd. Single file through the Black Diamond drop and into the West End High Banks. No change in running order. Here's your race leader across the line. 252, Carter Bastier. He's got the early race lead. Julia Olson holding on to second. No, Julia Olson in third, excuse me. Battle for the lead developing. We may have a change headed our direction. Side by side to the line. The power of purple is out front. Julia Olson, your race leader. Second and third now battling. You're going to see a change there. Side by side, into the rhythm rollers, down into turn number one as the white flag flies. And we've got a new racer up to second. It'll be the 116 of Jackson Adrava. Julia Olson, though, all alone on that Olson Plumbing and Heating of Montevideo, PAR Piping, Olson Custom Farms. Polaris gonna pick up the win at the end of main event number one. Race number 7, 600 open, 18 plus modern. With 6 entries in the group, Dylan Dorn from Zumbro Falls won the heat race on the number 5. Woody's Traction FXR Ski-Doo entry. DJ Marsh out of Farmington, Minnesota will be riding the 28. Seth Shrout from Royalton, Minnesota on the Stevie Ray's High Performance 56. Peyton Smith out of Montevideo on the Olson Plumbing Burmeister Auto Body 068. Garrett Keel from Oldwine, Iowa on the Keel Farms Myers Polaris 248. And Dom Santina from Mankato is riding the Snowcross Media Ashley Lizzie Photography Donks Designs 429. Under control as these two continue to duke it out for third and fourth. They've gone back and forth several times. 6 racers, 2 classes. 6 racers, 2 classes. 200 open and snow scoot, snow sport. Wait for just a moment to clear some traffic off the speedway before we can turn loose the competitors. Looks like Carson Krochek in the battle. Carson, heat race winner earlier tonight. Two-rider battle for third and fourth heating up. White flag is in the air that time as the racers cross the line. So this is the final lap for our 200 open snow scoot, snow sport classes. Final time into the West End High Banks. Ooh, a little contact at the West End. Not gonna change the running order though. They cross the line to take the checkered flag in the same order. Race number 9 will be next out of the start gate. Transition 8 to 12 combined and junior 14 to 17. Racers are ready, starter is ready. Starter checks in with all the competitors. Ooh, one racer getting a little itchy. Green flag goes up. A whole shot comes from the inside of the start gate. Top 2 quickly pulling away from the rest of the field. Fourth, fifth, and sixth. Quite an epic battle on this opening lap there. Racers still running strong. Camera action on the back straightaway there. Still green flag conditions as your race leader heads down towards turn number 1. That is the east end of the X-Racing Snowcross track layout here at Steeplechase Ski Resort. Oh, look out, our race leader. Picked up a handful there, coming out of the back straightaway. Somehow wrestled it back under control. Thought for a moment he was going to go over the right side as the white flag flies now on the front straightaway. Final time around the west end turns as he got the white flag last time by. This time it'll be the checkers waiting for our transition 8 to 12 combined and junior 14 to 17 overall winner. Second place. Third on back will follow. We prepare for main event number 1, race number 10. Ditch Banger 90 to 09 first group. One of the bigger classes that we've had this year. The opening rounds, we had 3 heats, 3 groups of the Ditch Banger 90 to 09 class. Tonight we've got 2. 5 racers in this first group. Jagger Cordes from Duluth on the 7X. Aiden Ledger from Graston on the 76. Garrett Keel from Olwine, Iowa on the 248. Mezeppa's Monty Pappenfuss racing at his home track on the 639. And Jory Cordes on the 716. Racers are on their sleds. Starter is ready, checking in with him. Green is up, sleds are away. Ooh, little contact there. The 716 of Jory Cordes, I think, got hooked up with a competitor there coming out of the gate. Everyone was able to get out though, no harm, no foul. 3 racers battling third, fourth, and fifth. Top 2 nose to tail. Around the west end, who's going to lead lap number 1? At the line. Nice battle between the top 2. Yellow and red. Second place going to take an outside run around the west end high banks. Not going to work out for him. It allows the leader to stretch the advantage. Here's third, fourth, and fifth. The Rhythm Rollers at the end of the Hail Mary Highway heading into turn number 1. First and second still on it. Still battling second now. Is going to try an inside run. Look out, they run out of room. Thought he had the ability to get there. Didn't in the west end turn, but he does on the front straightaway. At the start-finish line and through the Rhythm Rollers, we have a new race leader. Dressed in red and white. It's the 248 of Garrett Keel, your new race leader. Keel, they got the white flag that time across the line. Keel tried to take the lead entering the west end high banks turn. Didn't quite get it there, but exiting and doing the climb up to the finish line is where he really made time. Checkered flag is in the air. Garrett Keel's going to win main event number 1. Second place sled across the line. We get ready for race number 11. This was race 11 of 17 in the run through the first main events. Race number 11, second heat. Caden Christensen on the 71, Mike Pappenfuss on the 439, Trevin Hepner on the 505, and Joshua Podine on the 670. Looks like we have a fifth racer out on the track there. Apologize, don't have a name for that fifth rider, but nonetheless, we'll let them battle. Third, fourth, and fifth in the mix. Top two trying to pull away side by side for third. Ooh, little contact. Robbins racing. Powering past the competition, just moving them out of the way to take over the number 3 spot. Here's your race leader. I believe that's Caden Christensen. Yep, Caden on the 71 there. Caden won the heat race, has already built up a commanding advantage in this first main event. Is it Hepner running second? Gonna see if we can figure out a number this time by. 505 of Trevin Hepner, indeed, holding on to that number 2 spot in the running order for now. This is race number 11 of 17 for our first mains. We'll rip into the second mains after we're done with these. Trevin Hepner continues to run second, but not too far behind the third place sled. We will see if you might be able to reel him in, perhaps challenge for a top 2 finish in this first main event. White flag is out meanwhile for our race leader. One final lap for Caden Christensen on the 71 Ski-Doo. Final time out of the West End High Banks turns. And the main number 1 win will go to Caden Christensen. Hepner on the 505 holds on for second. Third and fourth make their way across the line to wrap up main event number 1 for the second Ditch Banger 90 to 09 class. Leaf Spring and Kids Ditch Banger 8 to 12 is up next. This is race 12. Seth Shrout from Royalton's on the 56. Jack Mackey from Hudson's on the 159 and Curtis Turner from Hudson's on the 284. Amelia Tesmer from Millville riding the 33. Landon Podine from Stewartville's on the 105. And Logan Reeves from North Branch on the 257. Seth Shroud wearing the orange and black, lined up on the outside. We don't have an entry to the 555, but he lines up on the inside. 3 wide for the lead, and the whole shot turn, and down into the send-it squeeze. There's your race leader out front early. Burst of snow in the air. Down into the left-hand turn at the west end. That's some heavy contact there as they try to figure out who's going to lead lap number 1. It is the 56 of Seth Shroud. Ooh, Shroud with a little trouble. Coming out of that first turn, and he's going to give up the lead now. The 284 of Curtis Turner, your new race leader. Again, bumping and banging in the west end as Seth Shroud tries to muscle his way to the lead again. Couldn't quite make it happen. So it's Turner out front. Shroud running second, side by side for third and fourth now. Looks like there's a bit of a ditch developing right on the inside of that first turn. It's caught a couple of these racers, nose down. There's that 2-rider battle for third and fourth overall. White flag is out for your race leaders as they begin the process of working past a rider at the tail end of the lead lap. Turner and Shroud 1-2 still. Attention in the pit area, races 14 through 17, up to staging please. Races 14 through 17, up to staging please. This is race number 12 wrapping up on the track now. 13 is down by the start gate, 14 through 17 to staging please. Speaking of race 13, they're already in the start gate. Ditchbanger triples and Ditchbanger twins. There you see the starting lineup on the live stream. Dylan Dorn on the 5. Robert Olendijk riding the 18. Reese Olendijk on the other 5. Peyton Smith on the 068. Caden Christensen riding the 71. Aiden Legger on the 76. And Jory Cordish riding the 716. Number 5 of Dylan Dorn on the outside. 76 of Aiden Ledger, second from the left. All right, race number 13, Ditchbanger triples and Ditchbanger twins ready for their start. Dorn. Dorn's going to lead lap number 1. Got the whole shot, gave up the lead, reclaimed the lead, and then led the first lap. You can see Dorn's sled almost tried to stand straight up and down that ditch that's developed to the inside of the first turn. Could catch a rider off guard if they're not quite prepared for it. Dorn, though, carrying a good amount of speed down the Hail Mary Highway and into the Rhythm Rollers. Dorn trying to pull away, or at least trying to stretch that separation from his sled in the race lead back to second. And by default, back to third, fourth on back. Stars from Weston High Banks turn. Caden Christensen pulls out the overall win with a last lap, last turn pass to take the W, stealing it from Dylan Dorn. Dorn second overall, still going to get the W in the Ditch Banger Triples class. Race number 14 in the start gate now. Junior Ditch Banger 10 to 13s. Wesley Sweeney riding the 5. Jude Slifka on the 11. Amelia Tesmer riding the 33. Harrison Resnicek on the 99. Bentley Kruzmark riding the 105. Eli Ledger with 112. Harrison Hurst on the 499. And Connor Jans from Pine City on the 516. This is main event number 1, race 14 for our Junior Ditch Banger 10 to 13s. They're away. Side by side battle. Who's got the whole shot? Race leader down into the center squeeze with a snarling pack of Junior Ditch Banger 10 to 13-year-olds right behind. Two-rider battle heading into the West End turns. Oh, look out, look out, look out. 5:16 of Connor Jans had the lead, almost went over the handlebars coming across the finish line jump there.